Hey, welcome back. In today's video, as always, I am providing an update to the fish room. So, a lot has changed over the course of 24 hours. So, you're gonna notice that I do have 3 brand new 10-gallon, I want to say 10-gallon aquariums set up here on the second tier, or actually if you're going top down, then it's the second tier. And I moved the 5-gallon at the bottom here. Now there's gonna be some future projects coming up for these. Hopefully when I have some fry, these will be sort of like a grow out tank as well. Or maybe I can have one as a quarantine tank, get that going, because I don't really have a quarantine tank as of yet. But yeah, the eggs that I have in here, for the most part, I think some of them look fertilized, and some of them probably are going to hatch today because it's day 3 of these eggs being here. So I'm thinking maybe some of them will hatch today, and then clean up the tank for the ones that don't hatch, because I think fungus is starting to grow on some of them. So I didn't have methylene blue. That should have been the one thing that I should have gotten for these eggs. And we're probably looking at around like 50 to 100 eggs. I would say 50 eggs, closer to 50. But I don't think all of them will make it. It looks like some of them already have some fungus growing on them. So we'll just let that be, because even though it's day 3, I think it'll be fully day 3 at the end of the day. So right now it's still too early to conclude whether I should clean the tank or not and start over. But it looks like some of the eggs are fertilized, so let's just hope for that, and hope that they hatch. So with the bottom tanks here, I did get them secondhand, and the previous owner, I guess, had some reptiles. So there is sort of like a mesh enclosure here. It's different from the mesh ones that I have, because these are nylon material and these are metal. So typically these are, you'll see these in a lot of reptile setup. So I guess the owner had a reptile setup, and when I bought it from him, he didn't really know what size the aquarium was. So I was trying to figure out whether it was a 5-gallon or a 10-gallon. And when I got there, it did look like they were 10 gallons. So these look like 10 gallons to me, which is great, because you know, for secondhand, they look like they're in good condition, and you know, I got a very good deal for them instead of buying them brand new. So, and this one is actually, this might have been a dedicated fish tank at some point, because you know, he had this, the glass lid, which is really nice. It's not the sliding one, it's the one that you know, you have to open like this. The sliding one would have been nice. I remember back when I had a 55-gallon, I had the sliding glass lid, and those were really convenient, especially for this setup. I'm definitely gonna need something like that, like a sliding lid, because the gap is not much. Like, I don't have much to work with, since this is a very like low or tight space. And I think one of the other issues I'm dealing with right now that I never really noticed when I had the 5 gallon in here. So you're gonna know from previous videos that those bottom tanks were actually up here at one point, and they were I didn't know that it was uneven. So I mean, I do have the styrofoam here because I did anticipate that they were gonna be uneven or unleveled. But if we look at this one, you're gonna notice it's slightly like angled. So I don't know how much of a concern that is at this point. I don't think it's putting any stress on the aquarium itself because it is fully it has, you know, water. It's full of water. This one looks pretty level just because it's centered. But I think it's these two tanks on the sides. They're kind of like angled. And the reason for that is because the way the wire meshing connects to the supporting bar here. So the supporting bars that I have don't really go all the way in because of this, I guess, this brace, or because this thing connects both rods together to form one long piece, and it's kind of preventing these the shelf from fully sitting flush. So, you know, you're gonna notice that it is it's stuck in that halfway point. So it's not really a concern in terms of the rack falling apart. It's just not sitting flush, so it's really just uneven. So I'm keeping an eye out for that because I don't want, you know, too much stress to be put on the fish tanks and to have it just crack and leak. So we'll see what we come up with. But you know, with the 10-gallon setup, it does go all the way to the very back. So, you know, this is a 24-inch by 71 by 48. So there is some room for me to put some tanks that go all the way to 10-gallon. If I go for 15-gallon, I think it would just be 24 on the dot, and I didn't want to risk of running out of space with 15 gallons, so I stuck with. I'm lucky enough that the guy had 10 gallons because he in the beginning he didn't really know what kind of size tanks he had. So yeah, as you can see, I started moving things around. Like this 10-gallon has the Anubias on it. I think that's a nice centered piece to have, and there is a female betta in here, but I think right now she's just resting at the back there. As you remember from previous video, this is the Endlers and Guppies tank with the crayfish, so I just moved them to this tank. And then this one is where I have the shrimp. So this is the shrimp tank with one betta in it as well. So not much happening in this video. I just wanted to share something new that I got for the fish room. You know, every fish keeper's nightmare is to have a leaking tank. So this is definitely being monitored. I'm trying to see if there's a better way that I can sort of fix this situation. Maybe buy a thicker type of styrofoam, but so far so good. So and then once these hatch, I'll probably post them on TikTok and then clean up the ones that had fungus in it, so you know it doesn't dirty up the tank. So we'll see how this goes by the end of the day. So yeah, that's pretty much the update. I'll catch you in the next video.